Hi, I'm Andrew Kesler, and I'm one of the recipients of the Auralex Max Kit giveaway from Performer Magazine and Auralex. A little bit about me: I'm a Canadian living in Los Angeles, working as a musician, engineer, arranger, and producer. Now, as much as I enjoy performing and touring around the world, there's nothing I love more than making an album in the studio. And as the music industry keeps evolving, I've really had to diversify my skill set and what I'm able to contribute, so when opportunities come along, I'm able to say yes to them. And because of this, I need a studio space that can adapt as well as I can. So whether I'm working out arrangements or sketching ideas, or recording vocals and instruments, or editing and mixing, I need to feel confident that the decisions I'm making here will translate to the outside world. Now that's where acoustic treatment comes in. Now you can have all the best gear. You can have the best microphones, preamps, compressors, plugins, instruments, all that. But if your space doesn't sound good, then it's all kind of a waste of money. So when I'm recording, I want to capture a clear and direct sound. Using absorptive treatment can do wonders in removing unwanted frequencies from what I'm recording. Now, not all room sounds are bad, but if your room isn't really controlled, then you could be dealing with all sorts of resonant frequencies and reflections that show up in your recordings that you don't actually want. And it's pretty impossible to get rid of them once they're there. Now, the purpose of acoustic panels is to absorb the mid and high frequencies. But if that's all you do, you could be left with a really dull and boomy sounding room. When mixing music, the bane of my existence is getting that low end to sit just right. And low frequencies in any studio, especially a home studio, can be extremely problematic. If you're having issues in your space, I would say bass traps are the first thing you should consider, because they also have broadband absorption, so they'll also absorb mids and highs as well. Nothing is more frustrating than checking your mix in the car and having it sound totally different than what it did when you were mixing in your studio. So maybe you're watching this and you're thinking, hey Andrew, that kind of sounds like me. I'm doing all these different things, whether it's mixing, editing, recording, and I need some sort of sound treatment solution that'll be flexible, that it can be dynamic to the way that I'm working. If you're like me, I'm renting, I can't cause permanent damage or put anything up in this place. I need something that is basically a hybrid between a portable setup as well as like a full studio treatment. That's exactly what these Auralex Max kits are. They have 3 different types of kits. They perfectly bridge that gap, which is awesome. All right, enough talking. Let's open them. Just kidding, it's not actually that heavy. All right, behind door number 1, we have these speaker pads. So these are great. You put your monitors on them. They help detach or decouple your speakers from what they're resting on. And second up, we have these, I think this is a Desk Max. So this is made to go on your desk behind your studio monitors. And as you can see, I'm actually pretty far away from the wall. These Dynaudios here, they're rear port speakers, so they transmit sound from the back as well. Excited to use them. I think I get 2 of them. 2 is better than 1, as they say. And here is one of 4 bass traps. These are great. As I mentioned, extremely important, controlling the low end, and you can just kind of tell by the shape that they're meant to be put in corners, because that's where bass frequencies tend to build up. So I got 4 of these bad boys, and they also come with stands, so you don't have to just set them on the ground. You can kind of put them on stands in particular troublesome spots. All right, and last but not least, we have these panels here, these acoustic panels, and they're not too heavy at all, but you can tell they've got some girth to them, so they can really absorb a lot of the mid frequencies too. The worst is when you go to a studio and all they have are those eggshell things, because that ain't doing squat. So awesome, 4 of these. 4 is better than 2, which is better than 1. And actually, they all come on stands, but they have these little round bases here. Like so, and they come with these little stand things right here. You kind of put them up in your room wherever you need them. Super cool. Awesome. Now, this actually couldn't have happened to me at a better time, because right now, one of my groups, a vocal jazz group called Accent, 6 guys from 5 different countries. Cool story, bro. Check it out. We're working on a big Christmas record that features Gordon Goodwin's Big Fat Band, string orchestra, arrangements, and special guests like Arturo Sandoval. It's our most ambitious thing we've ever done. And we're getting near to the final stages, so I'm mixing right now. And I also have a few vocal overdubs to do. Because this is kind of a big deal for me, anyway, I just want to make sure that I'm able to give my best to all the work that I put into it. I'm so thankful to have this, because I think it's going to make whatever I'm doing sound even better. So thankful to Auralex and Performer Magazine. Really happy to be doing this for them. Stay tuned. I'm going to do some recording using this sound treatment, and as well as some mixing with it. I can kind of give you my thoughts about how it makes things a lot easier. I'm really looking forward to that. If you want to learn more about me, go to my website at andrewkesler.com, and also make sure to check out Performer Magazine and Auralex. You stay classy, San Diego.